Hi everybody, happy Valentine's Day and Presidential Weekend. Since I'm finding myself in the kitchen today watching the macaroni boil for the macaroni and cheese I'm making for my loving husband, I thought I'd do a little impromptu pop-up video filling you in on how the coleus is doing and the things that we're going to be working on in the garden this weekend. 2 weeks ago we took coleus cuttings. Now I did a little experiment. I kept some in a clear glass because I was wondering if the light would help to have the roots generate faster than if I kept them into something more solid like this. And to be perfectly honest, I really don't see much of a difference. The same amount of roots are in here as are in here. And let's get a closer look at those. It wasn't a true experiment because I did use different types of coleus, so maybe that has something to do with how well they're growing. But these are the ones that were growing in the clear glass that was allowed to see the light. You can see their roots are a little about an inch, inch and a half, some smaller. Again, different size roots here, but these look a little bit bigger and healthier. But again, I'm pretty pleased. 2 weeks in and we've got roots that size. I expect in another 2 weeks we'll be taking them out and potting them up. Hello everybody. Today I thought I'd do a quick little tour of what you can expect to see in our garden in February. Here along the side of the garage we have a lovely lime hydrangea gently nestled into the corner, followed by some wine and roses wigelia. There's some beautiful hostas underneath that window, and finally down at the end there's a nice tiger grass. As we walk towards my front door, you can see that my Alberta spruce is buried up to almost 3 feet of snow. And then on this side of the garage, we have my bloomerang lilac almost covered. There's an arborvitae that is terribly splayed open. We've got beautiful icicles for winter interest, but they're going to pull down our gutters if we're not careful because there's a big sheet of ice up there. And as we continue this way, you can see just about everything is covered with snow. So much for winter interest. I do have some beautiful rhododendrons along the side of the house. They had just gotten up to about 5 feet tall, and I have a feeling I'm going to end up having to take them right down to the ground this year because Mother Nature is just camouflaging everything. As we head further into the back, you can see the only thing really sticking up are man-made structures at this point. Our little gazebos are up. The pond is buried under at least 2.5, 3 feet of snow. My boxwood hedge, buried, just totally buried. Everything is just white. Just white. You can see there are some evergreens that are still showing up nicely. My spires are doing good. But overall, so much for winter interest. Everything is just covered this year. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do winter interest. It just means that sometimes Mother Nature just covers it up and camouflages it. Now before you get up on the roof, make sure you have the proper attire. Make sure you have good boots with good tread. Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothing so that when you fall off the roof, you're not encumbered by a waistband or anything like that. And then also make sure you're wearing clothes that when you fall off and you go to the emergency room, that they can cut them off easily. The weather outside is absolutely frightful. You can hear I'm crunching through a couple inches of snow with a layer of ice on top. The wind is starting to pick up. We've got branches down all over the place. This is just terrible. There's ice on all the trees. We're expecting power outages because this is going to pull the trees right down onto the power lines. It's just awful. You see the ice on there? Don't think the snowblower is going to be able to do anything with this. This stuff is just terrible to even try and shovel. A miserable day. And rumor has it we're going to get about a foot of snow. Thank goodness I got that roof shoveled off. I'm going to need a lot of cleanup this spring. everybody, welcome to the roof in Blossville, New York. This is the 4th time this year that we have had to shovel the roof, and I just shoveled it a week ago. There was about a foot of snow and there's a good layer of ice up here. And my husband just mentioned to me that this is the 3rd day this year that we haven't had snow. Now normally we get a lot of snow. The difference this year is that it just keeps snowing and it's not melting in between it. And so far I think we've gotten about 8 feet. Which is a lot of snow. So while I'm up here, I thought I would give you a bird's eye view of the garden in February. Remember how we started this video? Well, this is how we're ending it. Now we were lucky. We didn't get as much snow as they got. Just about 10 miles up the road. We were right on the edge of this storm. They got 2 to 3 feet. They've got buildings collapsing all over the place up there. There's no place for them to put the snow because they've gotten so much. It's awful. We're almost at the point where shoveling it's getting too high to shovel over these edges. It's now snowblower season. Got to get the snow off the roof up there. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. We've been at this most of the day. Thank goodness we have the equipment. I had that all cleared off this morning, but when we shoveled the roof, it fell right back inside. I won't need the ladder to get up on the roof in the future. Big shout out to my neighbor Rich for helping me shovel the roof today. There were some nice chunks of ice up there. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off. This is how we spent Valentine's weekend. If you'd like to see what the garden looks like in a normal winter year, check out my first snow of 2024 video.